Got Anthony here at American Underwater Services, and we got some fellows here that are going to run this diver into the water here. We'll get him all hooked up, get his dive helmet checked out, and basically in a nutshell, it's make sure he's got air, make sure you have communications, all the basic things that you think you'd need for this job. Let me get over here, see what's going on. I don't trip on anything. I'm kind of a tripping hazard. There's a dive helmet there. And basically in a nutshell, what's going on here is we're cleaning the pond, and ultimately all these ponds, they have culverts that come into them, and these culverts get full of mud. And then once they get full of mud, the stormwater starts kind of messing up for the homeowners associations and golf courses or plants or whatever that has stormwater ponds. When they fill up full of mud, they start getting backing up. And when things get backed up, you start having like massive erosion. You can see massive erosion stuff down there. Everything just starts getting all kind of messed up. And so we're here to keep the water flowing and the stormwater stuff flowing. And we got Gilbert starting to fix a jump in the water, and he's here with us for a short time. He's an offshore diver guy, and they're all shut down offshore, so he's helping us out. We're kind of behind on a bunch of things, so he's giving us a hand. And of course, everybody on our crews are all divers, so that's just the way that is. And let's see what we got. See him donning his dive helmet on here. He's getting his stuff going on. Got a bailout bottle for emergency air. You have communications in your dive hose. You have your air for your air communications. What else in that dive hose? Pneumo for depth, which obviously we don't need anything depth here. That water here is probably 8 foot. If you're in a bind, you could stand up and probably get safety. Go ahead and put gloves on here. And basically what they're going to be doing is they're going to be holding on to a kind of a 6-inch hose that's kind of running into the water over here. You kind of see it running down the water. On the end of that hose is a big nozzle, and that nozzle is holding on to that nozzle's on the other end of that nozzle is a big pump, and that pump is pumping around probably between 15 to 2,000 GPM, and the specs on that pump will almost allow it to pass a 3.5-inch, 4-inch solid. Obviously, we try not to do that, but sometimes it just is what it is. I'm sure this fella's ran a few big solids through there, haven't you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, see, he probably won't do that when I'm here, but when I leave, I guarantee you they're running all kinds. I bet they're running rebar through that pump. Oh, yeah, Barton Springs got it, too. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to the trailer. This got a big diesel engine that runs that pump. It's a 100 horsepower turbo diesel. It runs that big pump that's in the water. Let me come around over here. We'll get inside the dive shack. These guys, by the way, these crews, they stay to themselves. There's 3 or 4 man crews, and they stay to themselves. They don't intermingle with anybody else, any people, anywhere. This crew stays with this crew until this pandemic crap is done. Let's see. Basically, he hadn't got the pump idled up yet, but it's on its way. We'll go ahead and get in the dive shack here. Go ahead there, Tanner. Basically, that's the controls for the diver. That's the air for the diver. The depth for the diver. Communication for the diver. Things of that nature. And let's see what we got. We'll go ahead and step on down here. And what we're doing is cleaning out these culvert pipes. They're basically penetrating in these pipes. Some of these pipes could be 20 foot in. They could be going 80 foot into these pipes, and some of them are 28 inches, believe it or not, up to 6 foot hydroconduit culverts, big ones. We're basically pumping the mud into this big fabric bag. This fabric bag is probably 100 foot long, They're just a tube bag, and we fill it up full of mud and water. And basically what it does, it separates the mud from the water. So what happens, water leaches out of this fabric. The clear water, it leaves the mud behind. The clear water runs all the way down the hill, back into the system, back into the pond. It's basically like a kidney, so to speak. Let's see what we got going on over here. And I'll walk a little further this way. All right. So basically, this is the discharge pipe that's coming from the pond, and it's pumping. Once it gets it going and running, it'll be pumping about 2,000 GPM, and it's going to go run, and it's going to fill inside this bag, kind of over there, and it just starts pumping it up full of water and mud and whatever else, rocks. I mean, hell, in these ponds you can find rocks, sticks. We found cars, we found guns. Back 4 years ago, off of Preston Road in Dallas, we actually found World War II ordnance. They must have been testing, and of course we had to shut the job down, and somebody had to come along and pick up some ordnance, and they put them in boxes full of oil. It was from shells to all kinds of stuff. It's just amazing what people throw in these ponds and lakes. But this job doesn't have a lot of wow to it, you know, just for being what it is at a pond in basically a homeowners association. But the truth of it is truly essential, because if these pipes fill up full of mud, all these homes that you see around here, they start flooding. And that's kind of what was going on here. They got some flooding issues, and we're here to solve that. And obviously it costs a little bit of money to do it, but it's just kind of one of those things. We'll come over here one more time to the pond, if I don't fall. We'll get over here and see what's going on. And as you can see, this culvert system, you can see them out there, it's not deep at all, but it's supposed to be about 6 to 8 feet deep. And obviously he is sitting on the top of that mud shelf. And below that is pipes. And once we get all this drug out, I'm sure that we'll start cleaning into these culverts that run to these cul-de-sacs. So all these cul-de-sacs, they have pipes that run underneath the cul-de-sacs, and they go right into the pond. And we're here to fix that, because they've got some massive flooding issues. This system over here, as you can see him messing with that, that's a polymer system. Basically, its job is to flocculate all the mud particles, bind them together, and allow the bag to filter out clear water back to the water source, back to the pond, instead of just throwing mud back into the pond. We want to filter it out and clean it. And that's about it. That's all we got for today. I appreciate everybody on there watching. Hello, Ed, Scott, Anthony, Mike Rankin, my banker, Marvin. Thank you, Marvin. Anyway, so we're doing our part out here, trying to keep things going. Like I said, everybody, this crew stays with themselves. We don't intermingle them with any other crews. This happens to be going on in North Tarrant County area, and we'll just keep going, and we'll let him just kind of. I think it's kind of funny. He's used to being in probably 200 or 300 foot of water, and now he's in probably about 4 foot of water. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everything, and everybody stay safe, and let's get through this crazy stuff going on in this world. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.